Hey, I am coming to you live, man. You gonna need at least 5 grand to hold my finance. Good morning, all. Happy New Year's. Way to start it off. Happy New Year's to everybody who made it another year. If you didn't, it's unfortunate. It's the way the Lord intended, and we'll see you when we all head home one day, hopefully. But it is game day. It's been a minute, baby, to say it's game day for Tennessee. And it just so happened to be a New Year's game day. So it's almost like a New Year's Six ball, more or less. Cough, cough. We'll pretend like we're in a New Year's Six bowl this year, even though we're not. But it is what it is. But nevertheless, it is game day. What's up, everybody? We got them volunteers taking on them Hawkeyes. I think it'll be a decent little game, man. I'm trying to get this, make sure the stream is up for everybody. If I'm looking away, I mean, it's my podcast. I can do whatever I want, but getting it up so everybody can get shared in there here. We got this game at 1 p.m. today. We'll be taking place down in Florida. We were just in Florida last year, so being able to make it back down there again is pretty cool. Under the circumstances, Tennessee finished off with an 8-4, hoping for a 9-4 season. Get back to back fantastic. Well, Iowa, the Big Ten uh, conference championship. So that speaks volume in and of itself. Let's get this going. But no, let's get into it first, like the nitty gritty with it. Some of the big opt outs for today that we're going to be looking out is nevertheless Joe Milton III. He is opted out to make way for Nico Iamaleava. There we go. I got it said this time. Y'all was they were laughing at me trying to get it done last time, but I got it done. Nico Iamaleava will be taking the helm for today, the Polynesian Prince of Pass, so they call him now. We'll get some PT in there today. We'll see how he handles the offense, and hopefully that the head coach will allow him some freedom instead of the small little short passes like we're prone to do. The screens and stuff. We let this guy get in there and kind of take control of the team, be more of a Hendon Hooker, be more of a Josh Dobbs back there, as opposed to Joe Milton, where they were kind of afraid to let him really sling that rock around uh, because of the inaccuracy that he possessed. But we got a great guy, and we'll head down a list here with Jalen Wright also and Jabari Small, two of our three-headed monsters, making way for Dylan Sampson finally to get him some PT in there. We can see what he can do, man. This guy, we knew he had the talent. We've seen it throughout the year. He just kind of plays second fiddle a little bit to the other guys, but it's all right. It's going to give him the opportunity to make something happen. We got Wesley Welker transfer, the Nico Slaughter transfer, Tyler Barron. We know he went down to Ole Miss, which is unfortunate, but at least it was in Alabama. There's no Henry To'o right there, so I'll take that any day of the week. Uh, twice on Sundays. Twice on Sundays. Tamari McDonald is out. Brendan Turnage, Warren Burrell, Jack Luttrell, Addison Nichols, Deshaun Rucker, Mo Clipper, Connor Meadows, Brew McCoy still injured. Dante Thornton is also injured still. And Kamal Haddon, Spraggins, Philly, and Carter sum up that injury list. Some of the key weapons that Nico Iamaleava for his first year, he will be taking on that top defense. The Hawkeyes will also be without some of their guys, right? Some of the opt-out injuries that we'll be looking out for not playing: Cooper DeJean, Spencer Petras, Vines, Thompson, Lobs, Filler, a bunch of other people we don't really care about. McNamara, cool name, Kate McNamara. We've heard of that guy before. Luke Lachey and Eric All. Some of the people rounding out the squad that will be inactive for both teams today. Um, I think it'll be a good one, man. Tennessee is in a position to put up some numbers against these guys. If we play our game, if we go back to that 22-20, not necessarily 21, but that 22 offense. Really, we said 21 because that's when we found we could be explosive. So going back to that 21-22, where we had kind of had it perfected with the way these weapons are, and we're back to be in that position again. We have some receivers that can catch the ball. We have a nice little tight end transfer. I know some people are like, well, he was second, third string at Notre Dame, but second, third string doesn't mean he's bad. He's still a big body guy. He's what we need in the way we play our offense. So I think we can put up some numbers against these guys. People want to talk about, oh, they have a top tier defense, top tier defense. Yes, they do have a top tier defense for the Big Ten. against teams that were offensively ranked 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s up there. Yeah, your defense is going to look fantastic against those guys. But then you have an offense that is 130th out of 133. All right, then we'll see what's going on with that whenever time comes. You know what I'm saying? But I think our guys had this one in the bag. I'm looking for a score. Right now they said the line is 5.5. Tennessee over under 35 and a half. I think that's pretty close to 35 and a half. I think that's a pretty good number right there. I'm looking more like a spread of about 14 to 17. I will give that spread for Tennessee. Just because their offense, I don't see the offense being top tier against our guys by any means. Uh, let alone their defense with the guys they're missing continue to be the same kind of Iowa defense we saw during the year. I just it's hard to put out the same quality when you've lost a lot of people. And the same for Tennessee. We've lost some high quality people. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like losing Tyler Barron isn't a big deal. It's a pretty big deal. That was a defensive weapons for us right there. So being able to see what makes a coach good, it's in how they perform in moments like this when you lose a lot of people. We saw how we were able to perform when we lost a lot of people last year. We thought without the Jalen Hyatts and stuff like that, the Brew McCoy, well, Brew is there, Cedric Tillman, and the Hooker being out for the Orange Bowl, that it was going to severely impact. But Joe Milton stepped up, right? He stepped up when the time came. Guess what? It's time for Nico to step up when the time comes. And I think Nico is the one to do it. I think we're in a good position with that. These guys just got to throw the ball, catch the ball, score a touchdown. That's what I say. It's simple. It's as simple as that. And if you can make that happen, then I think we're going to be all right against these guys. Let's see who's active on the roster for Tennessee. Some of the guys that we'll be looking out for today. You know, a lot of people came in early, some transfers to try to get some bowl practice in with us to maybe get some PT today. But we know who all eyes are going to be on. We've called for them all year, begged for them all year, and all eyes are going to be on Nico Iamaleava. Look at that. I've learned the name, guys. At this point, I've learned it. It's stuck on my tongue until I get drunk one day or I forget about it and I start saying Nico Lamalabea. But no, it's Iamaleava. I'm excited for him. That's who all eyes are going to be on him today to see how comfortable he is at the next level. We've seen him bits and pieces, tad here and there during the season when he got to take the helm a couple times, but now it's different. When you walk out for the first time, you start the game, you get that first real hit. He got hit a couple times, but when you get that real pop, that welcome to the league kind of hit, it makes a difference right there. So let's see who we got active on the roster still that we probably could be looking out for some of our weapons here. QBs. I think my biggest one is looking for me personally, how Dylan Sampson and Cameron Selton come out of that back. At this point, also in defense, are we going to see Shadavian Bradley? You know, we didn't get to see a lot of him, and he was a touted recruit when he came in. Are we going to see Shadavian Bradley actually get some PT and make a difference right here? I think we're poised for it, man. That's one of the guys that I've said I was excited to see, to be honest with you, when he got his recruitment. He came in with some of these guys. That's one of the guys I was excited to see, and I haven't got to see a lot of or really hear anything about him. That's one of the guys I'm excited for. It's time for people like Ramel Keaton to step up, right? This is your moment. I mean, these guys are out of the way. Some of these injuries that we don't like to see are out of the way. Chaz Nimrod, we got to see flashes of him last year. Well, not last year, this season, got to see flashes of him. It's kind of time for you to step up, man. This is your opportunity. This game is what sets us up for next year, right? Some people say, "Oh, bowls don't matter. Bowls don't matter." Bowls do matter when you have some of these young guys getting their first time to play, their first start, as opposed to waiting till the spring game, as opposed to waiting till next August, September to wait. Now you get the opportunity to kind of get your feet wet and see how you fit within the system with some of these guys, the way the movement is. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not one to be trifled with as far as we've seen against the competition that they face. Iowa looked decent, right? But now we're stepping up to the big leagues. We're at an SEC team who, for all intents and purposes, is still a high quality team with the people that we've lost. The coaches did a great job recruiting and great job having these backups there for a reason. We got these guys in for a reason. People are wanting to come to us. We're getting these 4 or 5 stars for a reason. They want to come play with us. And we're going to give them the opportunity to do that today, man. I'm excited for it. And if you ain't, then I don't know why you're still a Tennessee fan at this point in time. You got to expect the guys want to leave us. Like we saw it firsthand during the transition before hype, how everybody decided to leave. They went to Oklahoma, they went to Alabama. They all kind of skirted out to their different ways, and we still put up quality. And that's where we're at now. I think Tennessee has turned that leaf, and we're still able to put up quality no matter the circumstances. Like I don't see the old days of Tennessee being a 6-7 win team anymore. I think here on out, we're that 8-9 win team. We're capable of doing that. And this is going to be prime example of why we're able to do that. With these people leaving and against a opponent who's a 10-win team. So they shouldn't be that bad. I mean, the quality of their opponents aren't great by any means, but they're not a bad team. And so I think this would be a good one for Nico to get out and stretch his wings out the Persian prince. And the Persian, no, the Persian passer is what they would call him, not Persian, the Polynesian passer. See how he does out there today. But I'm excited for it. I will say this, I'm still a huge advocate for it, but Gaston Moore. I still like to see him get a little bit of PT in there, man. This kid is stood 10 toes down for this team, not opting out, not kind of left. He's been there when we needed him to be there. So I'm excited to maybe see him get just a little bit. We say we get ahead about at 17, 21, 24, 30 points. Let him get a few passes in there just to see how he does. I like old Gaston. And I'm glad that he was willing to ride it out at this point. He stood by his coach coming from UCF with him up here to try to get some PT. It's just unfortunate we got a quality 5-star quarterback in, which is what Tennessee needed to help us turn a new page after the debacle of quarterbacks we've had over time, to finally getting a quality Hendon Hooker in there, and then back down to Joe. Joe reminded me a lot of JG during his time there, where you had so much potential, but it was so easy when you messed up. We're blaming, oh, the line wasn't blocking, oh, the receivers weren't catching. Well, if you put the ball half the time where it's supposed to be, or you made your read a little bit quicker, and that's how it was with JG. And JG, Joe Milton, about the same. You always made your read a second too late, a second too slow, or passed it when you should have ran it, type of deal. And I think Nico, from what I've seen, is that difference maker for us. That guy who can put the ball where it needs to be. He's a little bit quicker when it comes to making decisions. He's a little bit smarter with it. He doesn't have the arm power. I admit it. We don't have Bazooka Joe anymore, guys. It's okay. No more catching balls in the 300 rows up there. It's all right. You guys will be okay. Now we're going to get in the end zone and touchdowns instead. I'll take touchdowns over souvenirs for the fans when the balls are going into the end zone. We're out here fishing it out the river with the goalposts. We shouldn't be fishing in, oh, I got a football. Oh, Joe Milton threw another one into the river because he can't complete a normal pass. But it's all right. I respect Joe for what he did. I'm not bashing him, but I do respect Joe for what he did, but what he had. He did as best as he could with what he had. I will say that. But I'm excited for today. It's game day again. Like I said, I'm always excited for game day. When my boys are playing, I'm ready to get out and support any way I can. And it's the end of the season, so might as well go out with a bang for Tennessee and be ready for next year. I'm not going to say it. I want to say what every Vol says when we have a off year. Blake, it's our year. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because we already know it's going to be. So I'm not even going to mention it. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's a good breakdown. The line again was, just in case you guys are coming in, I think it's a 5.5 spread. The under is 5.5. Was it? No, the spread 5.5, over under 35.5 for Tennessee. Down in Orlando, Florida, the weather's going to be nice down there. Camping World Stadium, 63 degrees. That is a lot better than where I'm at currently. I'll take that any day and twice on Sundays. I'm telling you. Hopefully we come out and paint those 65,000 seats orange. We really need it. Gives the sports to these guys, especially Nico. This is a great opportunity to go out and see him, guys. Once we get back home, we were selling out. I think every game this year was a sellout, if I'm not mistaken, right? If I'm not mistaken, every game should. But what up, Brandon? I see you, big dog. Every game was a sellout, so it was hard to get tickets. Imagine now. But Nico at the helm. Imagine how it's going to be trying to get tickets now. You thought inflation was bad then? When this guy's rocking, especially when he puts on the show today, it's going to be ridiculous trying to get your tickets. So make sure you get them in by April, because next year every seat's going to be gone 3-4 months ahead of time. So getting into this. I see Nico putting up Tennessee as a whole putting up my score prediction. What I've looked at is more like a 31-10, 34-14 type. I don't even think I see 14. I don't see the offense being that good. I see like 9 points, a couple field goals in there, maybe a field goal and a touchdown type deal to get it to 10. I don't see them being a threat to us. We definitely can put up those 30s. What we're used to scoring, I think we can get into those 30s again. It's just Iowa's just it's not the caliber team they feel like they are in their division. In your division, you're good, but it's a different ball game. Even with Tennessee losing players, it is a different ball game down here in the SEC. It just means more. You know what I'm saying to us with the guys who are still here, and I'm grateful for all the guys who didn't opt out. The guys who stayed, thank you, man. Riding out for your team at this point in time. I get it for the guys who left. I understand. I'm an advocate for it. Like, go get your money. Especially the guys who did 4 or 5 years with us. You gave your offer balls, and I'm glad they didn't go to a rival team such as a Georgia or Alabama or Florida, because that's just disrespectful. But for the guys who stayed, the guys who are ready to fight for today and get this dub, thank you, man. Let's make this a 9-4 season, back-to-back 9-win seasons. It's fantastic to see that, and it's setting up a pattern for success. It's building that foundation to get these guys in. Why are we getting these 4 stars? How are we getting these 5 stars? It's for games like this where these guys get the opportunity to show that, hey, outside the division, we're still a top tier team compared to these guys. And this is the opportunity to do so. But no, Squirrel White should be off the chain. Dylan Sampson, it's your time. And Nico Ian Maliava, it is your time to go out there and show what you guys have to offer. You're taking the team at this point in time. A lot of the seniors are going, you're taking it. And we see what you got to offer. That's really about it, man. I just want to do a little quick little preview how I felt about the game. Tennessee's going to take this one. I don't see Iowa scoring a lot. See Iowa putting up maybe 10 points of that, just because of the new faces we got on the defense right there, who got to get used to playing with each other a little bit more and get comfortable with each other. But I don't see it being a close game by any means. It ain't gonna be a Georgia with a 63-3 type of game against FSU, which is why they shouldn't have been there to begin with. But it will be a decent 20-point spread, at least. I predict it being. So get those bets in if you're betting them in. The Vols are taking this one in the bag today. Get your snuggies ready, hug your family, thank them for another year, and another year to see Tennessee play is a great year to me. Go Vols, go Big O. Thank you guys for stopping through. If you made it through, peace out, Brandon. Peace out, everybody who stopped by. It's your boy, Bros with Mics. I'm Tom, and I'm out this thing, boy. Peace.